Hi, I'm Brian, and this is a pink slip, also known as a termination notice. And in just a few minutes, you'll discover why this pink slip is your secret to generating more mortgage leads and closing more loans in the next 30 to 60 days. Now, I know that might sound surprising, maybe even hard to believe, but watch this short presentation till the end and you'll discover how a simple formula for persuasive copy and eye-catching design could rocket your response from your flyers, postcards, and ads. And how to do that even if you hate to write and couldn't draw a tic-tac-toe grid to save your soul. So just keep watching. Deal? The loan originators I work with every day think that I'm some kind of copywriting and graphic design guru, but the truth always surprises them. It may surprise you as well. It certainly surprised me one day in October 1997. It was a Friday morning and I was on hold, waiting to talk to the branch manager of our Grand Rapids, Michigan office. Now that was an office that was struggling to reach profitability. The week before, I had created a postcard for the office. It was designed to attract refi business. The postcards were delivered to 50,000 homes in Grand Rapids and surrounding communities. So 5 days after the postcards were delivered, there I am in my cube, on hold and waiting to hear the results of the postcard campaign. And I am smelling victory. And I am hearing accolades. And I am feeling promotion. My fantasy got interrupted when a coworker stopped by my cube to tell me that the company owner wanted to see me. I entered the owner's office to discover that he was already on the speakerphone with the Grand Rapids branch manager. And then it happened. The branch manager announced that my postcard campaign to 50,000 homes generated only 28 phone calls and 3 loan applications. At the very least, we were expecting 200 phone calls and 50 loan apps. The silence was deafening. And the only thing that I remember about that moment was the icy cold stare from the company owner. I felt so damn stupid. Not just about my little accolades fantasy from a few minutes before, but about how positively pathetic the response rate was. Then things got worse. The Grand Rapids branch closed 10 days later and a dozen people lost their jobs. Now, to be fair, there were likely other reasons for closing the office, but I felt awful that my poor performing postcard had played a hand in 12 people getting their pink slips. And 2 weeks after that, I was handed a pink slip of my own. Now, here's what's weird. Even though I was suddenly unemployed, that's when I really went to work. I was so pissed off about the failure of that whole Grand Rapids campaign that I vowed never again to be that same clueless copywriter and designer who didn't know jack about how to generate response. So I read everything I could get my hands on about writing powerful, benefit-driven copy. I got on dozens of mailing lists just so I could dissect the writing and graphic design of the winning direct mail offers that landed in my mailbox. I took copywriting courses. I flew to high-priced workshops with Top Gun copywriters, and I worked like a dog to acquire the master-level skills of the copywriting craft. I began using classic direct mail style copywriting for the headlines, the bullets, and the calls to action in the flyers I created for loan officers at my new mortgage job. And I noticed a lift in response whenever I used page designs from the direct response mailings that kept showing up in my mailbox. I started testing power words and phrases that had one laser-focused goal: to ignite response and to get the LO's phones ringing. The LO started teasing me, calling me the response guru. Thanks, everyone. But if anything, I was just a regular guy who got mountains of direct mail offers and who tested everything to see if successful direct mail copy and design techniques could be used to generate mortgage leads. Turns out they sure could. And no one was more surprised than me when I realized that there was a formula that would consistently drive mortgage leads anytime an LO wanted more business. And today, I'm going to share with you 3 fantastic tips, all inspired by that formula. Now, each tip will easily boost your response, but I want to tell you right now, tip number 3 is your most powerful secret for getting prospects to call you. So just keep watching. Tip number 1. Avoid complex loan programs and the words that trigger lengthy disclaimers. Disclaimers are, of course, a compliance necessity, but they signal caution to the reader. And remember, your reader is already heavily skewed in favor of page abandonment. Your reader will run from anything that looks confusing, that looks complex, or looks like work. People avoid work. You've already read my guide about the 3 response-killing mistakes and know that readers simply abandon pages with too much text. Well, complex loan programs can require big, beefy disclaimers that gobble up valuable space on the page. Here's an ad that never saw the light of day because the fine print required for the disclaimer for the adjustable rate mortgage ended up eating a third of the page. ARMs require lots of disclaiming. Same for reverse mortgages. Those programs are best explained in face-to-face meetings with clients. Big disclaimers are red flags for readers. Again, you need disclaimers to be compliant, but the big disclaimers send a message that the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, is buried somewhere in the fine print. Therefore, your headline and body may not be entirely trusted. By avoiding the specific loans and words that trigger lengthy disclaimers, you'll be able to create your next winning flyer, postcard, or ad much faster using fewer words that produce far greater response than before. How's that for a cool time-saving tip? Tip number 2. All you need to lay out your next flyer, ad, or postcard is a pen and a napkin. Really, all you need is a pen and a napkin because you'll just be sketching boxes. For example, just draw a box for the headline, and then another box for the body copy, a third box for the call to action, another box for contact info and disclaimer, and maybe another box or 2 for a photo or a chart. That's it. Those boxes you drew are placed directly in the prospect's natural reading path. Now, if you want to get all technical about this stuff, you're simply creating a visual hierarchy. You're telling the reader what's most important on the page by where those boxes are located. And those boxes are just placeholders for the power words and phrases and the images that you'll be adding later. I show you exactly how to do that in my course called the Mortgage Lead Playbook. But the biggest takeaway right here is that you're controlling the reader's eye path. And that path ends at your call to action. Once you've sketched your boxes, just hand the napkin or paper off to an assistant who can lay out your page in any common program that can export a PDF like Word, PowerPoint, or Paint. And remember, those boxes are placeholders for your powerful, persuasive copy that inspires the reader to take action. We'll talk about high-impact copy in a second. For now, though, wouldn't it feel great designing your own postcard or ad in just minutes? You eliminate all guesswork and save hours of wasted time and money on designs that just don't work. Talk about relief. Here's what's pretty cool. Over the years, dozens of LOs have told me that designing their own stuff is something they actually enjoy because they feel so empowered. Think about that for a sec. All the fear and frustration about not having the slightest idea of where to start is eliminated and replaced with confidence and enjoyment. Pretty cool stuff. Tip number 3. The purpose of the flyer, postcard, or ad is to sell the call to action. You always want your prospects to do something. In fact, you need your prospects to do something. You hook them with an engaging headline, then you hold their attention with benefit-driven bullets that engage their intellect and emotions. But all that attention grabbing and persuasion is lost if prospects don't pick up the phone and call you. Your ad should never be burdened with multiple outcomes and claims that distract or confuse the reader. You want one message to one audience that takes one action. It shouldn't be more complicated than that. In fact, it must never be more complicated than that. Here's a quick story. Not long ago, I created an ad for an LO who wanted to promote his expertise as a VA loan specialist to a military audience. He found the perfect vehicle for reaching that audience. It was a newsletter published at a nearby military base. And everything was fine until the LO decided that he also wanted to promote his expertise in reverse mortgages, which, frankly, the target audience didn't care about. He was effectively diluting his own message and weakening the impact of his own ad. Now, this lack of focus, while not uncommon, flat out kills response. It's impossible to sell a call to action to a confused reader. A great way to keep your prospect focused is to use the design principle of contrast. It's one of several that I talk about in the Mortgage Lead Playbook training. Here's how it works. Your eyes will race to the area of greatest contrast on the page. Now that could be a headline, a dramatic photo, or a colorful illustration. In this example, red shouts for attention because it's such a muscular, aggressive color. It's the high contrast focal point on the page. And that's where you promote your big benefit, your breaking news, your bold claim, or your killer call to action. So picture this. You sketch boxes on a piece of paper and fill them with persuasive copy. Your words command attention. Your layout is clean and uncluttered, and you created it effortlessly. And because your flyer is so focused, that is one message to one audience, your prospects take action as if on cue. I'm Brian Prendergast, senior copywriter and graphic designer, and I work with loan originators every single day, helping them create powerful marketing pieces that get read and get response. And I can easily do the same for you. Yet, before I explain how I can help rocket your response too, I want to share a very quick story. 2 years ago, I was asked to speak at a conference about lead generation for the mortgage industry. Other speakers were there as well, talking about driving leads via social media, pay-per-click advertising, content creation, email marketing, and more. I was there to talk about print marketing, specifically flyers, postcards, and ads. And compared to all those other cool digital strategies, my print marketing solution started sounding disturbingly low-tech to me. Flyers, postcards, and ads had been around 100 years, long before the arrival of the internet and social media. So a few minutes before I was scheduled to speak, I started freaking out. I felt like such a relic, a throwback to the dark ages of marketing. What I planned to share with the audience that day wasn't flashy, sexy, techie, geeky, or cutting edge. So I took a deep breath and paused. I thought about all of the LOs I had helped who were consistently driving leads with a formula that wasn't glitzy or bleeding edge. But it was based on proven direct mail techniques tested in thousands of campaigns over 8 decades at a cost of hundreds of millions of dollars. It was just traditional print marketing, nothing fancy, bold, or brilliant, except that it worked. And I had a formula adapted to the mortgage business and tested daily with hardworking, real-world loan originators just like you. So I gave my presentation about using high-impact flyers, postcards, and ads to generate leads. And this time, unlike my Grand Rapids experience years before, I was not dreaming of accolades. But that's exactly what I got. I also got a dozen requests from the branch managers and marketing managers in attendance who wanted to share my slide deck with their LOs. And other attendees told me that my formula offered something that the digital channels couldn't yet offer: ease, simplicity, and proven results. In fact, I had so many requests to share my formula that I ended up creating a training program called the Mortgage Lead Playbook, affectionately known as MLP. MLP gives you everything you need to harness the power of words and design, the two workhorses of response, to rocket your leads from your flyers and ads. To get the same information and results offered in this training, you'd have to get out your wallet and then get out a calendar. And after spending thousands of dollars on copywriting courses, you'd then have to schedule years of on-the-job training in the mortgage industry to get the same results that this training offers you. Here's what you get with your investment in the Mortgage Lead Playbook: time-tested, proven copywriting techniques for quickly crafting powerful, benefit-driven headlines, bullets, and calls to action, along with easy, professional design techniques that support and empower your words, and absolutely foolproof, baby simple steps that remove all the guesswork, while fueling your business with fresh leads and more loan apps. The secret to the success of MLP is its simplicity. I designed the training from the ground up based on this teaching principle: simplify, simplify, simplify. Thank you, Henry David Thoreau. The simplicity ensures that anyone can follow the steps and start driving leads ASAP. Now, the Mortgage Lead Playbook will multiply your leads even if you hate to write or don't know the first thing about graphic design, or you find yourself staring at a blank page with no idea of where to start or what to say, or consider yourself to be the most non-creative person in the entire Western Hemisphere with no chance, none, of ever producing anything even remotely visually interesting. The bottom line is that MLP is the only lead generation course on the planet that shows loan originators step by step how to crush it with proven copywriting and design tactics for their printed marketing pieces. And that's true even if you think you've seen and tried everything when it comes to mastering lead generation. Just to be clear, this is not some pie-in-the-sky exercise based on pat advice about how to generate mortgage leads. It's a formula forged from real-world testing with real loan originators, and it drives mortgage leads whenever you want more business. Now, the Mortgage Lead Playbook is valued at $397, and you know what? It's an absolute steal at that price, considering that one successful postcard or ad could generate many times that in commissions. So any tool that's guaranteed in writing to pay for itself in 60 days is well worth $397. However, I'd like to surprise you with a much better deal in just a minute, simply for watching this presentation today. It's a deal only available here on this page, so whatever you do, keep watching. The Mortgage Lead Playbook includes step-by-step training on how to lay out your flyers, postcards, and ads in order to get maximum response. And you'll make progress quickly because the Mortgage Lead Playbook is all about speed. No fluff, no filler. You can start generating leads in just a few weeks and closing more loans in 30 to 60 days. Imagine what you would do with the extra income if you could close another 1, 2, or 3 loans a month. As I mentioned, the off-the-shelf price for the Mortgage Lead Playbook is $397. Yet, before I show you that better deal, I want to share this one super bonus that I'm going to include today. You're getting in early on the Mortgage Lead Playbook before the formal launch to loan originators across the country. To show my appreciation for your interest in this proven lead generation system, I'd like to reward you for taking early action today. I plan to release an expanded edition of this same training in 6 to 8 weeks, and it will include video modules, bonuses, a private membership site, and more. Those video modules will allow you to look over my shoulder as I show you how to block your pages, create your visual hierarchy, and create engaging headlines, bullets, and calls to action. You'll follow me step by step as I create flyers, postcards, and ads, demonstrate the 4 graphic design principles, share even more killer design and copywriting strategies, go deeper into images, typefaces, and text. I'll discuss lead generation on social media, and I'll also share winning direct mail strategies and more. If you prefer to learn with videos rather than reading, this over-the-shoulder instruction will be invaluable. It covers everything in the Mortgage Lead Playbook digital ebook and more. When released, the expanded edition of MLP will include 2 bonuses that will be great complements to the Mortgage Lead Playbook training. You'll also get a password-protected private membership site where you can access your videos, bonuses, webinar replays, and more. And when the expanded edition of the Mortgage Lead Playbook launches, the price will be $397. Yet when you buy the Mortgage Lead Playbook ebook today, you'll get the full expanded edition of the training, a value of $397 for free. This is such a super bonus because you'll get instant access to the ebook training right now and a 6 to 8 week jump on those who will have to wait for the expanded edition and also pay $397. But you won't be paying anywhere near $397 today. not even $297, or even $197. Simply click the orange button below that says, "Yes, show me how to multiply my leads," and I'll give you immediate access to the Mortgage Lead Playbook digital training ebook, plus full free access to the expanded edition of the training when it launches in 6 to 8 weeks for today's price of only $97. So let's recap. When you click the buy button below and pay $97, you'll get your instant download of the full Mortgage Lead Playbook ebook, and then full and free access to the expanded edition of the training when launched in 6 to 8 weeks that others will pay $397 for. So when you buy today, you automatically lock in savings of $300, which is a super deal compared to your other options. For example, you could hire a professional copywriter, hopefully one who understands the mortgage business, and pay $300 to $500 for a creative set, which is a flyer, a postcard, and an ad. And then pay a professional graphic designer to lay it out for another $300 to $500. You could end up spending a fortune and losing a lot of time if you take this route. Or you could try going it alone, yet many who do end up with anemic marketing pieces incapable of generating any leads at all. That's not what I want for you. My guess is that you're listening to this presentation today because you want more mortgage leads in your business. And I'm ready to guarantee your investment by putting cold hard cash on the table in not one, but 3 ways. If you do not at least double your investment in the Mortgage Lead Playbook within 60 days, I will refund every penny without question or delay. Second, if you do not find this to be the most valuable course on mortgage lead generation that you've ever taken, just let me know and I'll give you back every penny as well. Third, even if you can't stand the sound of my voice or didn't like my pink slip story or whatever, you have a full 60 days to test drive the Mortgage Lead Playbook. And if you don't like it, all of your money will be courteously refunded ASAP. So there are one of 3 roads that you can take right now. You can do nothing, and you know where that will lead. Or you can take the 3 tips that I've shared with you today and go it alone. Just remember that you'll be heading off with only part of the total picture, and that could lead to months, possibly even years, of wasted time and frustration. Or you could do the smart thing. Just click the button below that says, "Yes, I want to multiply my leads," and get started immediately enjoying the Mortgage Lead Playbook today and driving more mortgage leads into your business ASAP. Let's take a look at what you're getting today in the Mortgage Lead Playbook training ebook. It's 101 pages of proven design and copywriting strategies with tons of visual examples laid out as follows. Here's the first part of the table of contents. Not surprisingly, the training begins with an introduction, and there are 2 major takeaways. First, copywriting and design are the elemental forces of persuasion, and you need both of them to drive leads. Second, you don't have to be a professional writer or a designer to rocket your leads. You just need the simple strategies contained in the Mortgage Lead Playbook. Next comes the Quick Start Guide, which is your executive summary of the Mortgage Lead Playbook. It's the pants on fire jumpstart for those who really have to create something immediately, like right now. The Quick Start Guide shows you how to quickly create a postcard, flyer, and ad, and includes notes about the design and copy decisions for those pieces. Be sure to come back when time permits and read the rest of MLP, where you'll get all the details that will really make you smart about copy and design. On that subject, MLP offers you dozens of benefits, but the one that you will absolutely love is that MLP will give you the vocabulary and the educated eye to describe exactly what you want when working with a graphic designer, who will love the fact that you speak his or her language. Here's the table of contents for Part 1, Graphic Design. The first bullet that you see is 10 things I wish every LO knew. These are the do's and don'ts that will guide, protect, and reward you in your lead generation efforts. I'm starting off with this because it explains foundational design and copywriting rules that will set the stage for many things to follow in the MLP training. This section continues with the 4 graphic design principles. Once you master these, you'll know more about page layout than most designers. Plus, and this is super important, you'll be able to quickly edit, create, and evaluate any marketing piece in print or online. In this presentation today, I talked a little bit about contrast. Inside MLP, you'll learn even more. Plus, you'll discover the power of the other three principles: proximity, alignment, and repetition. Images, especially photos, are essential for communicating benefits, establishing mood, and granting wish fulfillment. Every photo is a story, and stories inspire and motivate us all. They tap into our emotional brains where all big decisions are made, and that includes the home purchase decision. Photos are powerful metaphors. Home ownership can easily be represented by a set of house keys, door knockers, fireplaces, and welcome mats. Photos offer your prospects results in advance. The closer you can move prospects to the desired outcome, if only in their minds and only for a moment, the more they'll begin to believe that it's attainable. Let them see their future home in a beautiful home photo. This part of the graphic design section of MLP shows you exactly how to use color for maximum effect. Much of human reaction to color is subliminal. Your prospects are generally unaware of its pervasive and persuasive effects. Color is your silent salesperson. This section reveals the subconscious meanings associated with a dozen colors and which ones best align with your particular message. Want to know which color commands attention and demands action? It's on page 51. Can you guess the color that's most associated with hearth and home? That's a good one for you to know. See page 54. And there's one color that your eyes see more of than any other color in the spectrum. Your brain automatically sends out calming signals when it's in your presence. You'll find that color on page 55. This section presents 4 color combinations, and each combination communicates a specific message. If you're promoting vacation home loans, for example, use the color scheme on page 60 that speaks to wish fulfillment and possibilities. If you've never given a thought about type, the pages in this section will get you up to speed in no time. You'll acquire the essential vocabulary about type so you can speak knowledgeably to your designer or assistant about what you like or don't like about text on a page. Remember, the impact of your message isn't just all about content. It's also about how your words physically appear on the page and whether the page looks text-heavy. And if you remember one thing, and only one thing about type, make sure it's the part about letting, found on page 66. The graphic design section of the Mortgage Lead Playbook concludes with fast layouts for flyers, postcards, and ads. Check out page 69 for examples of easy, response-crushing layouts that you can just hand off to your designer or production assistant. Please don't reinvent the wheel. Use what's already working. Just copy these winning layouts and get more leads. Here's the rest of the outline for the Mortgage Lead Playbook. Part 2 is all about copywriting for your headlines, body copy, bullets, and calls to action. If you've already read my guide called Easy Headlines for Loan Originators, you know that headlines are the linchpin to the success of your flyers, postcards, ads, email subject lines, YouTube video titles, social media posts, live events, blog posts, and more. Inside the Mortgage Lead Playbook, we go even deeper. I'll also show you how to construct your body copy, especially your bullets. Bullets are short blasts of benefit-laden text, say that real fast, that can be consumed in one fast visual gulp. Readers eat them up. Sorry, couldn't resist that last one. Writing great bullets is an art form, and I show you exactly how professional copywriters do it. You'll also learn the test of the 4 U's to make sure that you're creating bullets that are pure gold and that tease and intrigue your prospects. Urgency and uniqueness are 2 of the 4 U's. You'll find the other 2 on page 86. I create more postcards than any other type of direct mail piece for my loan originators. Postcards are colorful, attention-getting, and, because there's no envelope, have a greater chance of being read by your prospects. The direct mail game plan shows you the 10 essential elements that every winning postcard must have. You'll also learn the secrets to successful postcard campaigns from Joy Gendusa, CEO of Postcard Mania. Check out her story and the success that she and her clients have had marketing themselves with postcards. It's all on page 91. Also, if you're using postcards to market to a specific neighborhood, perhaps with a realtor partner, for example, do not miss the best and most cost-effective mail delivery program out there. It's called EDDM, and you can find out all about it on page 93. We conclude the Mortgage Lead Playbook with a very short action plan and a great summary to guide you as you create your next flyer, postcard, or ad. I say with no exaggeration that by the time you reach this point in the training, you will know more about effective print marketing than 99% of your mortgage competitors and realtor partners. You understand that in order to generate leads, you must harness the elemental forces of persuasion. That's compelling copy and engaging graphic design. You need both. Use the strategies presented in the Mortgage Lead Playbook to grab attention and to move your prospects closer to the outcome they seek. Your message will be seen and your voice will be heard. Your phone will ring. Leads will pour into your business. And now, a few closing words. I don't know you personally, but I wouldn't be surprised to learn that you're working as a loan originator because you enjoy helping people. Your job offers you an amazing intrinsic benefit. You have the privilege of changing people's lives with the dream of homeownership. Over the years, I've known a number of high-producing LOs and realtors who've told me that helping clients buy a home is the most rewarding part of their job. More satisfying even than the money they earn. They're passionate about what they do, and because of that, they're great at what they do. I personally believe that passion should never be diluted, because you just end up diluting your own genius. That's not what I want for you. I'm a senior copywriter and graphic designer with a passion for creating high-impact marketing pieces for loan originators. Still, it took me almost 2 decades to get to where I am today. So here's what I do want for you. I want you to take advantage of my passion so that you can be true to your own. Take what I share in the Mortgage Lead Playbook and profit from it. Just follow my strategies developed from years of working in the trenches every day with loan originators. I poured my heart and soul into the Mortgage Lead Playbook from all that they have taught me. And I'm delighted to report that MLP has empowered them, loan originators just like you, to multiply their leads with high-response flyers, postcards, and ads. And now it's your turn. Just click on the button below that says, yes, I want to multiply my leads. And let me prove it to you, on me, lead generation for loan originators. Simple, easy, and guaranteed. Just click the orange button below to secure your copy of the Mortgage Lead Playbook. Thanks for listening.